They say success is the best revenge. Heard they were sleeping again, say it no more.
Oh, here he is, my little financial wizard. How was your first day on the stick market?
It's called the stock market, Mum, and it was terrible. The Dow Jones came up, the Nikkei went down, I lost £37,000.
Oh, where do you think you lost it?
I just told you where I lost it, on the stock market.
Oh dear, did you call the police?
No, you don't understand. The Nikkei took a tumble.
Oh, is that your little Japanese friend, is it? Is he all right?
What?
Was he looking after your money? Did it fall out of his pocket when he took a tumble?
Mum, the Nikkei is the Japanese market indicator and it fell by 12 points.
Well, did you have a really good look around where he fell over? Maybe somebody picked it up.
Nobody has picked it up. It's not actual money.
Oh, was it a cheque? Because you can cancel a cheque. Do you want Mummy to call the bank and cancel it? Or was it made out to Nikkei?
Mum, I've lost the money. I'm not getting it back. I lost it on the share market.
So you say that, but I left my purse at the market once and a very nice man handed it in and I did get it back.
Forget it. What's for tea?
Lee, Mummy's going to ask you a question and she wants an honest answer, all right? Did the bullies take your money? Is that what happened?
Right, I will tell you what happened. I bought 100,000 shares at £5 each. As soon as I bought them, the price fell to £4.63. Therefore, I lost 37.
Won't you tell me, is that healthy, baby? But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can be seen? Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. Oh, the more I give you, the stranger it feels, yeah. And now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom on the grave.
Crypto YouTube, how's it going? CryptoStud here with another banger. God is great. I hope this video finds you in good fortunes, both physically and mentally. Either it be a good morning, a good evening, or a good afternoon for you. I do want to, this video does have a lot of content in it, and I do want to get to it right away. But stay tuned as we navigate this and figure out if I will be looking to close this long that I've had open for quite a few weeks now. Price action hasn't quite given us the ability to take profits on this, or ravish in the P&L that we get. So do stay tuned. You know how the drill goes. We'll do housekeeping news. Stocks will be DXY, S&P, then we'll hop into Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then we'll leave it off with Gevo. So stay tuned and let's jump into it. So let's get started. Hopefully I don't get any copyright strikes on this lovely music that I got going on in the background, right? If only that wasn't a thing. Anyways, I did post a video last night. Now you're probably wondering where it is. Well, it was a private video for members only. It had 141 views. I had a few people asking me questions yesterday, and I was just working through so much other things that I was like, you know what, let me just make a private video. Obviously, making videos is better than explaining things in text. So that's key number one, is just making a video and explaining things is much better than sitting there writing out text, long text. So that, is always a plus, right? But I thought at the same time, for me to make YouTube videos does take me a bit of time to process them, edit them, create them, edit them, process them, etc., etc. Give you guys good content, decide what I'm going to speak about, kind of sometimes go over the charts a bit, other times I don't, and then provide that to you in a fast and quick way, in a professional way, that you guys get all the information out of it, not much of the noise and all the extra tidbits to it, and then can make, educated guesses as to how you trade, right? So I thought the best thing to do is just kind of make a video for my group, private video for the group, to just discuss a little bit about price action, and then the questions that I had been asked that are pretty good. They were pretty good questions. I couldn't not give an answer for them. They're not really in the course. They're not detailed very well in the course. Could be some things I need to add later on, on my to-do list. So outside of that, I was going to drop a video last night. I didn't. I decided to wait on it. I'm dropping, video tonight for everybody to enjoy. I'm probably going to continue doing private group videos in the future. Obviously, the consistency of them is a little less than I would like it to be, but with so many other things going on in the back end for me right now, working into it slowly would be as best as I can get, right, with everything else going on, because creating these videos and this content also takes away from things that I can get done for the group and such like that. Anyways, before I start rambling on about that, I hope everybody did enjoy my psychology video that I posted last Friday. It seems like it was pretty well received. Thank you all for liking, viewing, commenting, etc. I do appreciate that. I last checked, we're at 42.9 thousand subs ish, around that range. So I do appreciate for all the love and support everybody's given me, and just know that is duly noted always. And like I said, when I had 500 subs, whether I have 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 25, 45,000, 50, 60,000, 100,000, 200,000, whatever it may be, I will always be grateful. And I just want to give a big shout out and thank you for everybody. So if you're listening to this video, go ahead and pat yourself on the back. I appreciate all the love and support you give me. Go ahead and like the video as well. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and comment. Give me something to comment on something. Somebody wrote in the last video to check Gevo, so I'm going to do an analysis on Gevo. So if there's something you would like me to just look at and free, just what my thoughts are on it, go ahead and post it in the channel, in the chat, and I'll take a look at it. So without further ado, I don't really have anything else news-wise. I've made a couple changes to the Learn website with some issues and items that some members had spoke to me about. So there is quite a few changes on the Learn website. So hopefully nothing else breaks. With that being said, I think one of the biggest things before we do move on is what price action's been doing lately, and kind of how my content is formatted based on price action. So, when price action happens, and there's a lot of price action, there's more things to talk about, there's more things to go into detail, there's more items, there's more stuff you see on the chart happening that you can analyze the chart better. When price action gets very tight and choppy, it makes it very difficult not only to do technical analysis on it, but to decide at which direction it's going to go, right? The perks of technical analysis is that you do have so much of a trading edge. Now, a few members had asked me yesterday, what is the trading edge that you use when price action's choppy, you don't see anything on Highblock, and you're just kind of wondering where price is going to go? And I pretty much explained that in this video that I posted to the group last night, what I would look for, how I kind of trade the markets when things are choppy. Now, unfortunately, this kind of gives me some pre-bearish price action, and I hate to say that. I really hate to say that, because I would like this long to do well. But at the same time, seeing price action as it's been lately has been it's been very very, how could I say it? Very teeth grinding, you know. Not really much momentum one way or the other way, but the thing with that is you have to sit there, look at the chart, zoom out a little bit, and look for price, you know, areas where price needs to go for you to be validated to make a trade. So one area I'm still kind of looking for is this high, and we'll discuss it more in this video, but is this high 63,500 area you see kind of on the screen right here where this little X is from my video last night, is kind of an area that I would really start to look to see as interesting to possibly take a short, whether it's a swing short or a scalp short, you know, varies what the higher time frames are doing, right? So for me, those are things that as I go through videos and stuff and try to give you details, there might be days where the info that I'm giving you isn't as crisp or precise as other times, and that's just the reaction of what the price action is doing and how the price action is working for us. So remember, you know, there will be good days and there will be bad days. There will be boring days. There will be exciting days. It is the world of trading. It is the world of the markets. That's what makes it so wonderful. That's what makes it such a great art. So do remember that, duly noted, I hope. But again, on a side note, I just hope everybody enjoyed the psychology video, listened to it, kind of grasped the info on that. And yeah, let's jump into the news here. So let's get right to it. I'm going to go ahead and close this tab out because I don't want to show you guys the link to that so you can sneak in there if you're not in the actual group. So Boeing stock is down, worst performer Tuesday as company faces another setback. 777 grounding could limit investors' confidence in the new jet family. So that's interesting news. This was kind of a topic I was going to leave to the end of these news articles. With U.S. job gains have likely been exaggerated. Now we'll find out by how much. So we're going to put this to the side over here, kind of think about this for the moment while we go through these other ones, and then we're going to deep dive into that just a tad bit more because I do have a couple items that I want to speak about that. Lowe's misses sales forecast, says it can't call a home improvement bottom. Lowe's cuts full-year outlook due to continued pressure on big-ticket DIY spending. Yep, nobody's buying anything. Everybody's in debt massively. Such is life right now, right? Unfortunately. Once rates come down a little, as long as inflation stays down, that will help the consumer for the medium term. But I still don't really know what the long term is. I still feel like we are bound for whatever a recession is to this day. Because if you remember last year, we had 2 quarters where the growth, the GDP, was negative, and it was under the so-called quote-unquote recession, and the administration at the time kind of stepped around it and said we weren't in a recession, even though those indications said we were in a recession. So it kind of makes me wonder if we've been in a recession for this whole entire time, and it's just taking this long to just decay and delay and slow things down. You know, I've spoke about it a few times on my channel. You can't keep printing money. You can't keep printing money and expect things to just be normal and be okay, right? Solana ETF filing withdraw amid SEC concerns over security status. Poor guys. So SEC raised concern about Solana's potential status as security, leading to the withdrawal of key ETF fund filing. That's actually a good read. I read through a bit of that earlier today. Dark pools dominated Ethereum as private transactions surge, at least by one measure. That's pretty cool. More transactions on the blockchain are getting routed privately as users try to avoid front-running bots that eat into trading margins. Bitwise expands into Europe with ETC Group acquisition. Sorry, it's a tongue twister for me, right? Faster computers and better algorithms will fully decentralize blockchains. I guess I can't read or actually speak tonight, right? Anyways, I in the back of my mind, I was thinking of this article, and I just wanted to really, I wanted to get to it. So pardon me if I kind of went through the news articles really quick. They are within our Discord group, so if you do want to go ahead and reference back and read through them, you're more than welcome to. There are a few good ones there. There's always a few good ones throughout the week. Not quite everything that the bot posts in this group is, all great, but there are some hidden gems. There really is some hidden gems in here that you can pick up and kind of run with. anyways, so U.S. job gains have likely been exaggerated. Now, labor market and unemployment growth may have been weaker than reported. So we do have a report. The answer to this question will be revealed Wednesday. Yep, here it is. So here's the report that's coming out today. Well, in an hour. Well, okay. Today is Tuesday. By the time this video comes out, it will probably be Wednesday. So it will be out later that Wednesday. Now, let's take a look at this. I went ahead and pulled up Forex because I really wanted to take a look at that and see exactly what time it's going to be hitting the fan. I feel like this is some pretty big news for us. I don't see it on here. I guess maybe it doesn't do it as an event on here. I thought there was an event for it on here. It looks like it's not. So we won't really know the exact time unless it says in this article. Interesting. Let's see. So put simply, these revisions try to paint a more accurate picture of how many jobs were created in that period. Wall Street predicts a big markdown in employment gains during that span, estimated range from a reduction of 600,000 jobs to a record 1 million. For the sake of argument, let's assume Wall Street is right. What would it tell us? What would tell us the labor market is not as strong as it looks and that it cooled off considerably faster than previously believed? I guess Forex Factory doesn't have the actual reading for when it happens, because it's definitely not this. So maybe it's on, we looked at Thursday, we didn't see it on Thursday. This must be one of those, unless it comes out, it might come out with the unemployment claims and then revises the months before, but normally we have an event that revises it. Let me just check real quick. So I don't really see, I'm reading through a couple other articles and I don't see a time that they're going to revise this or when this revision is going to come out. So I guess everybody's just thinking it's a story, like a secret or something, right? Interesting. Let's go to the Bureau of Labor Statistics and see if we can find it from there. I guess I just want to keep it a secret because I don't really see it on here as a timestamp for it. Let me look one more place and then we'll just move on. So this is a pretty good chart of it. It's pretty nice to see. Well, not nice to see, but it's nice that there's a chart for it, right? That's crazy. That's a massive change, but I really don't, I'm not getting a timestamp on anything on when it actually pops, which I was expecting. It just says, but tomorrow's. Well, that's unfortunate. Just keep an eye on that. I really feel like that's going to give us some volatility and some movement in the markets if that actually does come out true as an article. So I would probably start keeping an eye around 8 or so on the stock market time, Eastern time frame, stock market 8 a.m. or so, and start just keeping an eye on those markets and see if we actually do get that reading. I would think maybe 10 a.m. Eastern would be my best educated guess for that. Unfortunately, there's no data implying when we'll actually get that report, so that's kind of unfortunate. So it made this article like, you know, exciting to tell everybody about and be like, oh yeah, we'll just look on Forex Factory and find exactly when that event happens, right? When the data comes out. And then Forex Factory didn't even have that data on there, and then, you know, 3 other articles don't even have a clue, and then the actual website says nothing about it. That's unfortunate. I feel like they're trying to hide it just a tad bit, possibly. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump into the markets, right? What everybody came to see. We're gonna hit S&P first. Actually, you know what? Let's hit the dollar first. I've been wrong on the dollar. I will admit it. I will admit it. I've been wrong on the dollar, but that's been great for Bitcoin for us, and that's what we need in order for Bitcoin to have somewhat of a rally. So I was looking a bit more bullish on the dollar in my last 2 videos. We did get this move up. I remember we were on video when this move happened, and then we've just pretty much bled out since and haven't had much price action since that video. So, you know, sometimes I'm like the Jim Cramer of the dollar, right? I'm completely opposite direction. So, you know, it happens, right? Nobody's 100%, unfortunately. That's the name of the game, right? But yeah, let's go ahead and jump in here. Let's see what we get. The weekly's still pointing down. So at the end of the day, the weekly's still sitting down here. We're still in a bearish posture on the higher time frames. Daily's looking pretty darn bad right now as well. Boy, daily's in a bearish posture. 12 hours looking pretty bad too. 8 hours got a bullish divergence, but it doesn't look like it's really, if it's going to play out, it's going to play out now, or it's not. Let's check out 6 hour. 6 hour. Oh, 6 hour starting to turn out pretty well. We are getting pretty close to a bottoming out here, I would say. So from these lower time frames, kind of seeing this bottom out signature going on from pretty much the 6 hour down, I would say that, you know, would be a good area to kind of see this get into that order block that you saw on the daily that I was kind of flashing before we got deeper into these charts. Yeah, so get onto the daily time frame, and then we'll see where this order block's sitting. Maybe it wasn't the daily, the weekly time frame. One of these had an order block sitting on there. Yep, that's right here. So we're sitting on it right now. Oh, you know, the reason why it's not showing on the day is because I don't have the weekly set up as an order block. Hold on just a second. Yeah, I got 2, 4. You know what? Let's throw the weekly on here. Heck, why not? Just so we have more data. I might add one more of these. 2, 4, week, and then heck, maybe a month one, right? All right, there we go. There we go. That's what we like to see. I'm gonna go ahead and save this. Maybe this will actually save this layout this time. But we're kind of getting into that weekly order block right here, and it's looking really nice. I mean, I can't complain. I do need to do a couple fixes on Serenity. We're not showing the actual label of the weekly, so minor adjustments need to make, trial and error, right? But this is kind of looking pretty nice for a bottom out signal for at least a retest back up to maybe the weekly open again. I mean, you know, this thing has just been crushed since the last video. Legit, like, we got into this order block right here and just absolutely got rejected. So the lower time frames, I'm leaning bullish on the dollar, so I expect so much of a rally. Not much to really give any indication of really affecting Bitcoin. I think I feel like we're starting to decouple a little bit, but price action's been very dirty and dry lately, and that's kind of constituting to us right now that the weekly is getting more of a run and more of a movement than Bitcoin is. I mean, it looks kind of pathetic seeing the price action on the dollar compared to the price action on Bitcoin, right? Anyways, you know, moving on to S&P. S&P is just on a massive tear. The weekly still hasn't even fully turned over yet, to be ironically. Let's see. The day is starting to get some bearish divergence. Volatility is starting to tap out over here at this high. I wouldn't mind seeing us get back up in this area and possibly looking for a pullback. My last video, I did speak about a temporary pullback, and we did get that pullback. But it was very brief. What was it, Friday? Yeah, so I posted my video Thursday saying we'd have a pullback. We had that pullback, and then we just kept going on. I mean, that, I don't even know if that's really a pullback. That's just like they took a break. They went and got some fast food or some coffee, and then they just kept going, right? So S&P is just on this wild trajectory, and I just, you know, you just gotta let it go. You gotta let it do its thing and just hold on for dear life, right? So 12 hours starting to form a bearish divergence again, number 2. So we did get a little bit of a move from that first 12-hour divergence, bearish divergence, and now we're starting to form one right now, but it hasn't confirmed yet, and we still have six and a half hours before that one confirms, so might not confirmed. 8 hours starting to turn pretty bearish. I'm starting to feel a little bearish on S&P right now. I think it's looking pretty top heavy right now, so I would expect a pullback to be happening soon. Maybe we get back to like the weekly value area, high low level right here, and then possibly in this range right here, kind of play this area and see how that works out for us. So let's go ahead and set this right here as a possible location. We're going to save this real quick. So higher time frames, I am a bit bearish on S&P. So those are my thoughts with S&P. All right, we're going to check out Bitcoin now. Drop into Bitcoin here, see what Bitcoin's got for us. The weekly's still looking pretty terrible, but it is starting to come down really nice, and I do like that. We're almost back down to the bottom zero line right here, and we've just kind of been chopping this area pretty nicely. So that's good to see. That's healthy to see, right? It's healthy that we see that going on. But at the end of the day, I'm still a bit bearish on the weekly, but you know, these other time frames, days, still it's in a neutral posture, but still pointing up somewhat, so still bullish posture on the 12 hour still. 8 hour is struggling, man. These lower time frames are just looking really bad. 6 hours looking kind of bad too. Let's check out the 4 hour. 4 hours starting to turn over on us just a tad bit. 2 hours starting to look really nice though. Have a nice curve coming on this. So if you do see, we have this bullish divergence, these clusters of bullish divergence, and I spoke in my video yesterday that, like, you know, when you start seeing these trades happening like this, if you're in a short position or a position opposite of the signal you see, you might want to maybe wait for a trade, or, you know, take profits on a position if you're in good profits and it's going the opposite direction of the trade to be had, right? So we had these set up. Let's say you didn't get quite the bottom, but maybe you got the half candle of this move right here. Check this out. Short anything anytime soon. Now we did get a nice bearish divergence on this 2 hour right here, and then look what happened. We pretty much fell right back down. Almost had a Dalton today as well. So, you know, Juxtapost is legit. I love it on the 2 hour. It's my favorite time frame to trade off of, and it tells you, you know, you got volatility signature here. We had a nice little move up, then we crashed, of course, somewhat, tad bit. So, but overall, I mean, it's Juxtapost gives you everything. It tells you what you need to do, when you need to do it, and you just trade it, right? One of my fellow members and good friends posted something today about Juxtapost. Jux is king, called top on 15, closed long, open short, print, and he's been doing a fantastic job. Very happy for him. I do appreciate it. If you're watching this video, man, peace and love, man, as always, you know it. Yeah, so again, when price action gets really tight and choppy like this, it's really hard to give indications of positions to take. But for me, these are the two areas I'm looking for. Sometimes you have to take this into consideration and trade both ways and see which way it happens, right? So for me, I'm still, like I said in my private video last night, I'm still looking for this area. I feel like it's going to happen sooner rather than later. I'm hoping it's more of a scalp trade than like a full out dump with the market. But again, we have that report coming out tomorrow. This video coming out and everything I'm speaking of right now could change tomorrow if that report comes out and it's not received well. I mean, Bitcoin won't survive. It will not survive this area. We will find a new low. I just feel like that is really bad. That's bad for the stock market, and it's bad for overall health of us to go higher. So do be cautious, of that report coming out tomorrow, and then kind of go from there. So looking for the top here. And possibly in my last video, I spoke about still this like 54.9, 54.6 area is like another area to look for as well. That would put us in the monthly POC, monthly value area low. But right now we actually do have a Dalton, I think in USD right now. Yeah, USD has a Dalton right now. I don't think TradingView has a Dalton. Nope, TradingView's inside. It's close. So this is an iffy Dalton because we only have one, and that's USD that's showing a Dalton. I didn't see it on USDT, which is normally what I trade off of, but I've seen there's been plenty of times where the USD Dalton actually played out. So it's always good to just have a perception of that. Sometimes it's not about taking the trade in that direction of the Dalton, but sometimes it's saying, okay, there's a Dalton possible today. It could be a good possibility for me to actually close my position out, so I'm not traded against the Dalton that's populating and happening today. Those are also valid things as well. If you're new to the channel and you don't know the Dalton, let me explain that to you real quick. So we'll pull up XO. I have XO here, and if you're a member with us, you get that automatically for free within our groups that we have right here. You could just send the command in, and it'll populate the chart for you, and you're good to go, right? So, but let me explain Dalton to you. So, Dalton. All right. So, what is the Dalton? Well, the Dalton was developed and created by James Dalton, and basically it is when D open is outside previous day value area low, or outside previous day value area high, and it enters back into this range. There's an 80% chance that it will come back down to the bottom of the range and hit previous day value area low. Or in the case that we're working on right now, D open is outside previous day value area low. So if we do start getting into this area, as we're kind of starting to work our way into right now, there's an 80% chance that we'll come back up to the top of this previous day value area high. So food for thought on that. If you're new to the channel, that's some good information that isn't super well known. I didn't quite learn that right when I first started trading, and I think that would have helped saved me and made better trades if I had known something of the likes existed like this. So it's bread and butter. It's trial and true. It's one of the biggest things that gives you an edge to trading these markets. I think personally, I've seen it play out multiple times. We've had another one for the third day in a row. Sometimes they don't play out fully, but we get pretty darn close, and the direction does happen to head in the opposite way. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I don't really have too much more to say. Let's look at Highblock real quick. I did post a video, that private video that I posted. I did kind of discuss that in detail a bit more. This is not looking too good on here. Let's see if we open it, new image, and then if it looks a bit better. 64 to 53, it looks like. So yeah, not much price action in that realm of things. We do have this big, huge liquidity right here, so I don't see why price can't go up. It's looking pretty darn nice per se on that, on Highblock at least. But yeah, this is kind of what I'm trying to play right now. These lower time frames do kind of hold that we're going to go higher. We have a hidden bullish divergence right here that's kind of playing out right now on the 45-minute. Let's check out the hourly. Hourly is kind of flatlining right now for us, so there is some possibility for us to go higher. And then the 2-hour was starting to curve up and look really nice for us. But again, we do have that meeting tomorrow. I did want to get this to you guys, real quick update on this. So FOMC meeting is tomorrow. We probably won't get too much from that happening. The biggest thing is going to be on Friday when we have Fed Chair Powell is going to speak. He's at Jackson Hole. So I went ahead and pulled up this article right here. With inflation cooling its 2% target, the pace of hiring slowing, and unemployment rate edging up, the Fed is poised to cut its benchmark interest rate next month. So, you know, Powell will likely indicate that the Fed has grown more confident that inflation is headed back to 2% target, which is long said would be necessary before rate cuts begin. So hopefully this brings up some good posture and some good bullish news for us to have a continuation with Bitcoin. But my biggest thing is this job gains information coming out and being updated. You know, we might not get too much of a move tomorrow, but anything can be expected. You always have to prepare for the unexpected, so just be cautious of that. This could possibly move the markets. If that doesn't move the markets, then the next possibility would be the Jackson Hole speech that's on Friday. So things to look forward to. Lots of good info coming up in the next couple days. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I don't really have anything more. Highblock was looking pretty good. EXO, let's check out EXO real quick. EXO looked pretty healthy actually for the most part. We got price rising, open interest rising, looking pretty darn good. We didn't really have any volatility indexes of a big move happening on these higher time frames. I would really like to see that happening in order to be confident that we're going to make a move soon rather than later. But I don't really see anything massive saying that like, hey, move imminent, we're about to take off. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I've made this video long enough for everybody. I hope the content was great. Gevo. I was going to check out Gevo. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Let's check this out. So the last time I took a really good trade on this was when it was about 60 cents and I wrote it up to about $15, and that was during 2021, 2020 time frame, shortly when the change of office happened and there was a more propaganda of biofuel and the likes of it. So I used to actually trade this daily here and there out, but I actually did purchase it down here. It was a pretty large purchase and a pretty good profit off that purchase. It's very unfortunate that, you know, it kind of dropped back into the depths of the lows. Didn't really swing fail this. I guess we could kind of say we swing fail this right here, but you know, for me, I would have liked to have swing fail maybe 100 or 200 or maybe 300 or just something up here. So let me explain this stock just a tad bit with everybody. This stock it's been, you know, kind of been beaten down, as you can see, for quite a while. They keep doing splits. They keep reinvesting their splits, paying for things, you know. They haven't had any income. I know, wild, crazy. They haven't had any income. They haven't made any income. They've had a whole bunch of new contracts for this biofuel. It's a green energy biofuel company. They've had all these contracts for it to kind of pave way for this green energy ordeal, right? So the last time I took a trade was around this time, bought a whole bunch, you know, 67 cents or so. And then we rode that back up to the highs here. So now I do like this stock where it is right now. I like it better than if I was to buy it up here or, you know, down here or up here, right? So, you know, let's check this out. Let's see how things look from a technical analysis standpoint here. So let me, I'm going to take off the drawings because I do have quite a bit of drawings. I'm going to remove that or remove that. Okay. So the weekly is looking pretty darn good. I wish we had something like this with Bitcoin. Would have been great to see this. We don't though, unfortunately. Daily's looking really well. The only problem is we had a bearish divergence. It looks like it's starting to play out now. Volatility's expanded, topped out. So if we could have some consolidation in here, kind of give us a bull flag, would be nice. Would be really nice. We had a great bounce down here at the bottom. We did swing fill the entire range of this bottom, if I'm not mistaken, are pretty darn close. 50, we'll guesstimate about 53. Well, here, let's see. We'll guesstimate these lows right here, which was about 50. 53-ish, right? I don't want to go too in depth with it. This video is getting really long, but 53. So we could say that technically we did swing fail this low right here, and now it's off to the races. The daily is starting to get a little overextended though. 12 hours looking really beautiful, but the daily and 12 hour have volatility expanded. 8 hour as well, looking really strange. I think, you know, this is such a massive move for this tiny little price action that any move following that kind of triggers these to come off and say, hey man, this thing is really moving now. Volatility is expanded. Let's hold the jets, right? Really good price action from that. So I don't really see any more continuation until we have a pullback, unfortunately. Possibly back into this old 2 hour order block, 69.70. But I am heavily invested in this. I've been heavily invested in this in the past. It's done really well for me, but I've been heavily invested in it at the bottom of the range, the very, very bottom of the range in this area. You know, from a weekly basis, this area, this area, this area. So for me, if you were looking for something that could potentially have a good upside potential, I would say Gevo. But at the same time, it's a very risky, very, very risky stock. Reasons it's risky is that they don't have any earnings. They're signing contracts. They're getting new people. They're producing. They're starting to produce. They're going to produce by the end of 2025, it sounds like now is what it seems. So, you know, another year of hardly, well, not hardly, of no earnings. Kind of diminishes any stock, right? Because it's meant to make money, right? So concept is a bit weird. When they need money, they kind of do a stock split and then things go down further. So, you know, it's funny because back in 2013, 2014, I told everybody I knew, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. Everybody thought I was freaking crazy then. So, I still have strong potential. I have strong beliefs that Gevo will do well. Right now, the moment that it's at right now is a great time to buy. Now, does it give me much indication now? Am I as bullish as I used to be back then? Yeah, I still am. I'll be more bullish once the earnings start rolling in and they start making money. But I just feel like it's a low risk, high reward trade in a sense, you know, 75 cents, 50 cents, 40 cents, etc. Low risk, low amount to lose to potentially big profit, right? So overall, it looks good. I think it does need a pullback though. It's due for a pullback. We did have a bullish divergence here. We had one here, had kind of a move on it, but you know, the volatility on this isn't great. So, but I hope this content, you know, resides with you. You've learned something. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. If you'd like to join the group, please do join the group. Don't be shy. We're always looking for new members, right? So that's it for me. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening, a wonderful morning, or a wonderful afternoon. Peace.
lost in your